I want to stick with this idea of capping bonuses. The man in spectacles in the back row there with white hair, you,
Hello.
sir.
Yes, thank you, Neil, for your original point. I must say, if Chris Huhne had taken your advice on speeding points, we wouldn't be having this by-election. The scary thing is, you mentioned Mr Cameron negotiating in Europe. The last time we went to negotiate there, we ended up paying more for the EU budget, whilst Germany, France and Italy paid less. I'm pro-European. The example I take is if I work in a car dealer and I sell 10 cars and my colleague sells 2 cars, I expect to earn more from my colleague. As long as a bonus is performance-related, I find no problem with that.
OK. Ken Loach.
Isn't it surprising how the rich have to be tempted to work with salaries of millions and the poor have to be driven to work for nothing unless their benefits are cut? That seems to be quite wrong. I think Neil gave a very long explanation of why banking is a very unsatisfactory way of organising the way we decide what we produce, how we are paid and how the world is run. This casino banking is actually just gambling by very rich people with your lives and my life, and I think we need a new system. I think the bank should be taken into public ownership, and then we direct what we want to what we should produce, and we direct it in a fair way, we protect the environment, and we live properly. RBS is mainly owned by the people, and as the gentleman says, it's behaving, I think, very inappropriately, to use the current term for bad behaviour. It's behaving inappropriately in paying this vast sums to their in profits to their shareholders.
So is the EU doing right by trying to cap the bonuses in the way that they've...
Yes, the EU is absolutely doing right.
Okay.
I think the EU is wrong in many respects in the way it drives countries to privatise,
right.
but in this respect I support it.